Sorry, hold on. All right, there we go. I use a 360 controller since I don't have any other Xbox controllers. 360 controller still works pretty well on PC, does it not? I have a... I don't know what the fuck I have. It's Xbox, whatever the hell. He's not doing it because there's no new Kingdom Hearts things that are coming out? Ah, I see. So you're telling me World War III when the next Kingdom Hearts comes out. I see. Of course. Of course. I see. Precisely. I see. Yes. Okay, so... add image previews of specific features. I'm gonna be real, man. I'm gonna be fucking real. Do I care that much? I do care, but like do I care that much? Well, it's kind of, you know, it's like 80% care. But then I'd have to create an entire image system to... Yeah, I got that. Listen, we could probably put that time, space in a different place. Time and space in a different place. I come in and I hear I'm such a bad stream. What'd you do? Listen, I did not pull an Asmongold, so at the very least, did not do that. I just forgot to go live on YouTube. You're golden. Trying tater tots for the first time? Yo. With ketchup? Yo. Hell yeah. Tater tots? Man, it's been a hot minute since I've had any tater tots. Now I'm getting hungry. Classic. Yeah, I just kind of forget to go live in my other places. In my other place. I know somebody who goes live, or I know a few people that do this. They go live, on like TikTok. They go live on like X or Twitter or whatever the fuck you want to call it. I think they go live on Instagram too. Brother, at that point I just don't care anymore. I couldn't care less anymore at that point. Yeah, I'd rather die than interact with that many people. Well, like all of those platforms have different kind of like, they all have different kinds of cultures. And I could give less of a shit about TikTok culture or Instagram culture. You know what I mean? Twitch and YouTube, that's more than enough for me. I got an email from Steam this morning telling me that my bank account information will be deactivated within the system next month. I log into my dashboard, sure enough, it's real. Wait, like a developer Steam thing, or like just as a like just normal buying things, buying games and shit? That's crazy. I need a credit card to view 18 plus games on Steam. I think a lot of credit card companies got mad at Steam for all the lewd games or something. I don't fucking know, but I know there's something going on in EU or UK. It's either UK or EU where they're like doing something with it. I don't know. Don't know what they're doing. Some 18 plus thing or whatever. Basically, if I don't update it within the next month, they're cutting it off as a developer thing. Interesting. Well, could you just update it? Or is it literally like they're not working with that bank anymore? Or like this happened during the last Kingdom Hearts marathons they did? Ah, yes. Who needs money anyways? Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, that's true. It is crazy that payment processors and bank accounts basically just control everything. Everything. Your entire being relies on a bank account because everything digitally. Well, oh shit. Oh well, there you go. Well, there he goes. In one swift poof, his entire business was destroyed. Anyone dealt with this or something similar? I'm not sure, Golden. I would contact. I would just contact Steam support and see if they can help you. They're usually pretty helpful. It could be like, I don't know. I don't know the details. It could be like the bank is no longer working with Steam, so you have to use a different bank. I'm not sure. I have no idea. I would just contact Steam support. They're usually relatively helpful in those situations. Okay. Okay. All right, so now... I'm thinking we work a little bit on the photo mode. We've been holding off on that, so... Been holding off on that. Contact Steam about it, waiting for a response. You probably won't get a response today because it's technically a holiday, so... It'll probably be later in the week, especially as they're catching up to shit from the long weekend. Might take a while. Back to the photo mode. I'm gonna try to make it as quick as possible so we can, like... You know, I'm not gonna have, like, crazy shit in here. Like, what would we want in the UI? Back to the new project, how about that? I'm telling you guys, October 1st, okay? That's the goal. Or maybe, actually, no, not October 1st. Now that I think about it, I still have, October 3rd. Somewhere around there. October 3rd. What day is October 1st, even? It's a Wednesday. October 6th. October 6th. Put it in the calendar. Next game, October 6th. The toggle UI. Okay, so... The camera mode should be a setting. Camera tilt. That'll be like the... that sort of stuff. Am I still planning on getting mod supported for 1.1? I think that would ideally be like a 1.2 thing. So we'll have two big final updates, 1.1 and 1.2. And hopefully I can have 1.2 ready by like, I don't know, the end of this month or something. I don't fucking know. Or by the time we get started on the next thing, which would be October 6th. October 6th is the new April 6th? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Sounds like a Terraria situation. No, I'm moving on. I'm moving on to the next thing. I think I am. I think I'm moving on. We're gonna slowly transition to the next thing starting October 6th. That'll be the plan. We get started on the next thing and then we like we start doing different things. Toggle UI camera mode, camera tilt. What are some other things people want in a photo mode that are, I guess, a depth of field? Depth of field, I guess. The game is still selling really well. Do you think it's because of the sale and you keep updating? I don't know. We did do a sale, and sales obviously encourage people to purchase it, so. So, you know, that always helps, of course. Settings menu. Yeah, I think mod support, one of the main reasons as to why I want to get into the mod support is learning about it. I want to learn a lot about that so then I can push it to the next game. Oh, by the way, I reinstalled Unreal again? Wait, what do you mean you reinstalled it? What happened? What happened? Hey, Jay, how you doing, man? Did you level up? What did you level up your attack to last night? October 6th, I grow in age and life. Well, happy early birthday. 56? Wait, you didn't farm the gemstone crab then? I was only at 51? Oh, shit. Holy moly. Holy moly. Yeah, the game is still selling, but I'm getting to a point where I just kind of want to move on to the next thing. Like, we could pull like a fucking Terraria or whatever and just keep working on the game. But I think it's going to get to a point where it's like diminishing returns. Where I know there's issues in the foundation of the game that I think would take too much work to try to fix. And it gets to a point where it's like, okay, let's put some mod support in. A, because I want to learn about it, and B, because I think people might enjoy it. Hopefully people actually utilize it. Only fucking time will tell. Maybe it'll end up being the exact situation where I think it's gonna happen, where I put in mod support and nobody actually utilizes it, so it's gonna be a waste of fucking time. Maybe that ends up happening. That would suck. I had the flickering of the whole editor, so I gave up some weeks ago, and now UE561 seems fixed for now. Did you like update your drivers and stuff, Ari? I wonder if like any of that stuff was what it was. You at least get to learn it? Yeah. Which, you know, surely UE5 is going to be a bit of a different workflow, but I'm sure it's the same. Pack file overwriting shit, you know what I mean? It's all pack file related at the end of the day. Put the pack file in the bag. Had to, yeah, for BF6 beta. I had to do that too. I had to update my GPU. Luckily, the GPU driver that I updated to is working pretty well. So we're looking up. BF6 was fun. I had a good time with it. I don't know if I'd pay, how much is it? 90 bucks? How much is Battlefield 6? 90 bucks. What's this? Game would make for a great roguelike. Yeah, I think so too. Anyways. So I was looking at this. 90 bucks, eh? Why get that when you can get Battlefield 2042 for $5? The last two drivers have completely fucked Flight Sim 2020 on DirectX 11. It's going to get to a point where Windows 11 breaks DirectX 11, breaks UE4 games. This is why I'm going to move on to UE5, because there's already issues where some players had problems on Windows 11 that required them to update their OS for shit to work. So it's going to get to a point, maybe 5 years from now, where shit just doesn't work on fucking Windows. Like, it doesn't work in UE4 games, probably won't work that well anymore unless you modify it yourself. DirectX 11 games are probably going to be fucked for some unknown random reason. Like, I'm staying on Windows 10. I'm on Windows 10 for a while as well. Like, I might even get the long-term support, but like, what does it fucking matter, to be honest? What do I use for version control? I use Perforce. I use Perforce. I'm still on Windows 10 as well. I really don't want to get on Windows 11, but at some point probably will have to. Like, I think it's fine right now, albeit we did have a couple issues where people literally had blue screens because their Windows 11 was not updated. Updating their Windows apparently fixed the issue for them, or updating their graphics driver. So, it's only a moment of time until UE4 just fucking just shits the bed from a compatibility standpoint. So you're saying I should make my Project DX 12? I think you're fine for now, Jay. I'm just saying, like, in the future, right? I think in the future, like 5 years from now, something's gonna happen where it's like compatibility's fucked. Or something. I don't know. Call it, shitty luck. Hold on. Camera mode, camera tilt. What other kind of fucking camera settings do we want? Like, what kind of camera settings do people like in a photo mode? I'm not gonna put like 5 million settings. Enough to, like, you know, be able to make some cool shots or something. Oh yeah, FOV. Yeah, like a zoom. True. Yeah, maybe depth of field. So depth of field would be its own section. Depth of field. You guys said FOV. Field of view. My attack level is now 59. Yep. Yep. Hey, Jovix. One more to go. Yep. We recently finished Monkey Madness, so now I can use a dragon scimitar. Hide players / enemies. Character poses, not happening. Hide players / enemies. Yeah, that could be. Saturation, so colors and stuff. Oh fuck, I gotta do a whole color thing. Is this a cool guy wannabe lobby? What are you saying? What are you saying? What are you... Real talk. What are you saying? Yeah, we are cool. We're sick. I'm almost 60 attack. I'm fucking sick. Sick in the head. $60 attack. What you playing, Crimmy? I'm playing old school RuneScape, brother. I'm AFKing gemstone crabs. Yeah, I'm AFKing some gemstone crabs. Crimson's quite cool. He's the Bryan Cranston of Twitch. I'm not that cool. I'm not that cool. He's fucking Brian. That motherfucker. He played, dude. He's the guy from Breaking Bad. Wait, is that the? Yeah. He's the guy. He's also the dad of that one family show that I forgot. Malcolm in the Middle. That's the one. That's the fucking one, brother. Color filters? Fuck. Okay. I guess we have to do color filters then. Okay. Well, we'll put it on the list. But I don't know if it'll be like something I actually do. I'll put it gray. The salmon, in case I did, dude, I literally did not know. This fucker does not hit you at all. He hits nobody. I thought he did, so I brought, I brought 16 salmon, just in case. I brought 16 fucking salmon. I brought a bunch of salmon just in case. You never know. I mean, they gotta fix audio being delayed on the first time it plays. That shit's like the #1 thing I noticed with my game. That's the sound effect loading in. That's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. Stupid loading times. I feel like, I don't know, UE5 has exacerbated a lot of async loading stuff. I don't know what it is. A lot of things made it worse with async loading in UE5. It's very, very weird. Like, everything, there's a lot more things that are asynchronously loading, but because it's asynchronously loading, and you don't manually load it in yourself, there's a lot of things that end up delayed on first startup. Was Suit for Hire ever actually titled Suit for Hire, or did I dream that? The logo had a 4, which was stupid of me. I also think the website domain is Suit for Hire. I don't remember. Wait, hold on. Is it Suit for? Yep, it's a 4 for the website, which is really dumb. When is it acceptable to not upkeep a domain anymore for a game? What would you say is like the timeline for that? When is it acceptable to like not have a domain for it anymore? When it's like not selling anymore, I guess. One day. Film grain, yeah, like film grain would be like it's something I thought about. And like they're easy to put in. Don't get me wrong, these are not settings that are like impossibly hard to put in. How much traffic does the website get? Can't imagine a lot. It's not a lot. Luckily, I'm not paying for hosting. It's just the domain. So it's not like expensive. It's like 20 bucks a year. Because I just use like a website thing. But the thing is, it has like a limit on traffic. Luckily, it doesn't get that much traffic. So it did reach 80% of the month a few times, though. Yeah. Yeah. Surely most games don't even have websites. It's usually like a good thing to have, like. Have a website. It's usually a good one. Mostly just because you want to have a dev kit. But I'm sure you could probably create a dev kit. Or not a dev kit, sorry. Press kit. Which, you know, doesn't even fucking matter for me because my press kit's not even updated. My press kit's not even up to date right now. The logos are old and everything on there. I should probably update those. Yeah. I was a child and I heard that music in French. That's the sound of the police. I heard as assassin de la police. Assassin de la police. Which you can translate as police killers. It was so dumb when I was a child. Close enough. You know, it's old school rap. It was basically police killers. I'm just kidding. Although there was a lot of shit like that No, actually, I don't know if that's an old rap thing. I feel like that's a new rap thing. Is that a new rap thing or an old? Yeah, it's probably the same thing. I don't know. I haven't listened to any new rap. What do you include in your press kit? Shit. Fucking shit. It's very outdated, but there's things like screenshots, logos. So generally having like logos that people can download so that they can like put it on their YouTube video or whatever. But the problem is I haven't done that, so. Credits, I do that here, although I have to update this as well. Articles. I really actually have a Steam review in here. That's, yeah, that's really outdated. And then I have a press kit for the company, which is also outdated. Also very outdated. I buy a lot of games. I play very few. Every Steam user ever. It's actually true. I haven't thought about that. Okay, so toggle UI, camera mode, camera tilt, depth of field. Yeah. I feel like most devs just have one website for their team and kits and stuff and update that when a new game comes out. Probably a good idea. Just hold one domain and just have sub websites. Honestly, probably a good idea. And then just host everything through that one website. So then that way you're only paying for one host. Probably a good idea. Probably a good idea. Because I think I have God Mode Interactive, right? Godmodeinteractive.com. Yeah, so I could just do godmodeinteractive.com/Ronin or /suit for hire rather than having 50 million fucking domains. Not that it costs a lot. Honestly, it's like, what? Having 3 domains is like, what, $60 a year? It's a tax write-off, too. How much do you design a feature before you jump into the engine and prototype it? Just enough to get started. Just enough. Like, I don't think overthinking a gameplay loop is a good idea. Because if you overthink it, a lot of the things you wrote might not actually work great in practice, or you're not able to actually develop it in the vision that you want to develop it in. It's a whole 40 bones a year you could save. It's true. It's true. It's true. That's true. You spitting. Is a press kit hosted in a separate domain? No, that I think is a sub, is just a slash press kit, I think. How many hours did you spend making this game? I bet into the thousands. It's probably too long. Too long. I was at one point tracking my hours, and then I stopped because I just didn't give a shit anymore. But yeah, easily. I don't know. If I were to guess, maybe like, what would you guys say? 5 years. Realistically, minimum 3 hours per weekday. How many weekdays are there in a year? I'm gonna guess like 300. Weekdays in a year. Between 249 and 251. So let's say 250. 250 times 5. Times 3 hours. Probably like 4,000 hours. If I were to guess, probably around 4,000 hours. So if we were to do 40,000 hours times my like general wage. Yeah. Pretty good. pretty good. But that being said, if you were to work an 8-hour day, 250 times 5 times 8 times 50, yeah, still pretty good. Kind of start doing some flow charts now for the future I'm thinking of, as I want it to be expandable later on, but maybe overthinking stuff. I should just use the bare bones stuff. That's why I always think just write some shit down. If you really need to do a flow chart, that should only be while you're working on it. And then as you're working on it, you find the need to, you know, plan while you work rather than planning for the work. If that makes sense. Like, you're technically planning for the work, but you're planning while you get it done, right? Because then that way you're like actually figuring out like pitfalls and other issues that potentially might come up. I think when you over design something before even like working on it, you end up scrapping a lot of it, in my opinion. I think, or not in my opinion, in my experience, you end up scrapping a lot of it, I think. So I think by keeping things in very quick, actionable jot notes, it makes it a little easier. Makes sense. I'm a bit afraid that I'm just over designing something now and I'm just afraid of doing the actual work. It happens. It's a leap of faith. You just get in there and you just get started. Same thing with me. I have that issue sometimes too. I stare at a task and I'm like, I really don't want to work on this, but I know I have to. I really do not want to work on this, but I know I must. Like Shia LaBeouf says, just do it. Yeah, just do it. Just do it. Just like right now, I should just do it. Perfection is cringe and stops you from being done. It's one of the reasons why I want to move on from Suit for Hire. I think it's a very real issue that you release a game and then people want more, so you feel guilty, and we'll call it game dev guilt. I think game dev guilt is a very real problem, and I bet you there's tons of devs out there that are still updating their game because they're under the game dev guilt guise. Have I ever seen The Cult of Done by No Boilerplate on YouTube? Fire video? Never heard of it. I think for me, I'm just at a stage where I'm like, okay, we've done our best. Let's just polish it up where we can. I think there are flaws in the foundation, and we will learn from that and push it to the next game. While still, you know, putting in some extra work, learn a few things, and just overall make the game feel good. Learn from putting in some modding support, and then kind of go from there. Probably the same with music. I think every industry has that issue. Any creative endeavor is going to have the issue where it's like, there's no such thing as good enough. There's always going to be that little thing that like pops out. And it might not even be a little thing that pops out during working on it. It could even be a little thing that pops out later on. You know, like for example, somebody working on a table, they all of a sudden see it later on and they're like, man, that could have been better. And then they're just fucking stuck staring at it for the rest of their life. There's no end to... There's no end. Where am I? Okay, I need to go to user interface. Photo mode. How are we doing the UI? Is it in the pause menu? I think it is in the pause menu. I'd like to do this a bit differently. What's this overlay for? I don't know. Photo mode, HBox. I think we're going to make a separate UI for the photo mode. Yeah, I think so. I think we will do a separate. We do have an overlay, so I could just put it into the overlay. Yeah, I might do that. Then set it to visible and invisible. What's the timeline for this patch? I want to get it out ASAP because it's been too long. It's been a little too fucking long. Ideally this week would be very nice because I just want to get a bunch of things out of the way. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, I'm not looking at YouTube chat. I installed Unreal 427. UE 427 is okay. It's okay. This is coming from a guy who used 426 extensively, moved it to 427. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. It's okay. Like any Unreal version and like any fucking engine version, there's always going to be stuff that's fucked. That's why I'm under the belief, like, if you are doing things for 10 years, you should, this is one thing that I like to do, build up skills to be able to maintain the engine in your own way, at least at a basic level, or at least be able to understand ways that you can maintain it. Especially if you rely on it so much. I think it is kind of an important skill to build up to a degree. Something, at least for me, that's something that I'd like to learn, is being able to maintain it more myself. Did I see a lot of differences between 26 and 27? Yes, unknown random slate UI memory leaks that don't make any sense. We were able to debug crashes a little bit better. So that's good, I guess. I don't think there were any performance improvements necessarily. If anything, because of that memory leak, it's probably performance go down, actually, as a matter of fact. But maybe it improves better. You know, the thing is, nobody says anything when things improve, for the most part. 99% of people won't say anything when something's better or something's running well. Most times it will only be negative because that's the only, like, you know what I mean? Most times it's only going to be talked about when there's something bad. So, yeah, the memory leak could have been there in 426 as well. Yeah, I'm glad I picked 5.3 for my game. It's been really stable. When are they? Because they just released the patch for 5.6.1, right? Hotfix 5.6.1. When are they planning on releasing 5.7? Because 5.7 has a few neat things that I'm looking forward to. Like the well, not that I'm ever going to use it. The nanite foliage stuff is pretty interesting. Unreal Engine roadmap. Bro, okay, God, I hate websites. I hate the internet. All right, Shader cook time would be really nice. I have not played with PCG yet, but that is something I would love to play around with a lot more. Gameplay interaction system. I'm gonna be honest, I really don't care for this stuff. But maybe it could be helpful. Similar situation as Gaz, you know what I mean? Like, Components and actor blueprints are made more stable by fixing many issues with sub-objects. Encounter fewer problems in modifying the components lists to already existing blueprint actors and sub-actors. Nice. Hell yeah! Common UI. Blech. Blech. View model is cool. I'm looking forward to like messing around with this. Interesting. Modeling tools. Chaos. Motion matching. Layering and blending advancements. Copy motion bone mask and copy bone advanced while users. Bone mask expands layered, blend by bone by allowing it to be dynamically changed on the fly. Top layering, we made some targeted improvements to blending. Motion matching now has a built-in blend stack. Create a level of blend customization together. Okay. Cooking. They're cooking. Let them cook. Let them cook. Hey, Phoenix. I'm making my own UI. Godspeed, friend. Godspeed. I love Gaz, borderline obsessed with it. God, I really need to learn Gaz. It's just, I feel like I'm fucking fighting it. It's been like a losing fucking battle trying to fight with fighting with Gaz. I gotta learn it though. Everyone that uses it is like, Gaz is great. And I'm like, fuck. I hope I'm not making the legendary times too hard. Do people actually like the challenge? Listen. Isn't that mode where it's like nobody actually knows that time stat exists, Jay? Is that like the secret 4-star legendary time? Yeah? Dude, you're fine. Make that shit hard. Because if people don't even know it exists, they don't even know it exists. They at least will still have a challenge with this 3-star system. Same as learning Unreal, period. Like learning Unreal is so fresh, and once you do, it feels fire. It just, for me, using Gaz feels extremely over-engineered, but I think it only feels over-engineered because I haven't worked on a system that requires client prediction and all this other fucking shit. And the amount of networking that's like associated with it, right? So having to deal with payloads and trying to figure out how to send in just the simplest of variables to an ability was just so annoying. Chances are it was just because I was probably doing it incorrectly. So solely does multiplayer such co-op games is way better, right? And that's one thing that I'd like to level up to get to that point, right? Learning C++ and getting to making co-op games. That is ideally what I'd like to do, and I think co-op games are great. You know, so networking in general, I think it's going to be a tough thing to learn, but ideally, yeah. Yep. Every ability, instead of activating, you can activate by event and send the event, send any payload you want. That's the best practice I've seen. Yeah, maybe it's the way I was sending the payload was just not correct. I had to like I don't remember what I did. I had to spawn an empty object that had variables within it, and then use that empty object's variables to send to the ability. And that just felt so ass backwards to me. I think that's what I was doing. I don't fucking remember. It was awful. It was not great. But that was the only way I could find a way to like send information to the thing. So I don't know. I just need to learn how to use that. Okay, so we need to go to photo mode and we need to make a new widget. Every ability can be triggered by events, so you set up those events, just send the data that way. I gotta look at how I did it. I don't remember how I did it, to be honest. Because a payload, if I remember correctly, is just a predefined struct, right? So, or is it a struct that you can somehow put in a different struct? I don't know. I don't know. I think I had a bunch of references for photo mode games. Photo mode references. There we go. Okay. So guys, when you call a gameplay event, it has its own payload, but you can have anything added to that. They have instigator target 2 variables for any generic U object you want. And sends up other data, magnitude tags, etc. Right, so it has its own it has its own preset stuff. Which I guess I could have probably used the preset stuff or figured out a way of using the preset stuff, because I think the only variable I needed to send was magnitude or intensity and a vector direction. And I bet I was probably just sending the generic U object, but I think that's what I was doing, is using the payload, sending the U object that I spawn that has those variables, and I'm sure there's obviously there's way better ways of doing shit like that, you know what I mean? You can make a custom struct and send that. See, that I didn't know how to do. I think that was my problem, is I didn't know how to input a custom, my own struct in. I think that was my problem. My arm fucking hurts, man. You gonna add a photo mode? We have one. It's just putting in a UI for it to modify some shit in the camera. That's about it. One thing I would like to learn though is, can we continue or fade out sounds that occur here? That would be kind of nice. Just a little polish thing, because you notice how like the gun cuts off and it's kind of like meh. So our plan is to make a UI. And then we need an on-screen, so we have two things we need to make. A button helper thingy, which is basically like these kind of buttons and shit. Right? To kind of show like what do you need to do to navigate. And then the UI itself, which will have all of these kind of like controls and shit in it. Yes! Yes! Very good. Clipping plane settings. That was another thing I was thinking about, is Maybe a button to change like clipping. Someone might want to have like a super zoom in into the character, but they can't do that because the fading effect turns on and off. So that might be a good idea to like have a setting for that. Not sure how we're going to do that, but we'll figure it out. Yeah. Well, I don't know, but we'll figure it out, I suppose. Boom, 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 boom. Level editor? No. No. I think if I were to magically, for some stupid fucking reason, make a sequel, I would probably put a level editor into it, because A, that seems like a really fun challenge from a technical standpoint, and B, could maybe do well? I don't know. As long as the UI of it is really good, it's like intuitive, so people that have never made a level could make their own level if they wanted to. You know what I mean? But yeah. Have you seen games that do this well? Like at photo mode? I feel like there's a lot of praise from The Last of Us. They give you a bunch of shit to fucking control. The thing is, I'm not in like friend circles where people take advantage of photo mode, right? Like that's a thing that like specific subset of players are interested in, right? So it's like, yeah. But Last of Us looks pretty damn well done, right? Especially with the amount of detail they put into their characters and everything. Like the photo mode, like it almost looks like the amount of detail they put into the game was to complement the photo mode. You know what I mean? They put this much detail because they wanted the photo mode to look good. Like I feel the photo mode seems like such an integral part, especially considering there is literally a mode where you can like add fucking lights. Like that's crazy. So yeah. My game, it's not super detailed, so the photo mode is just kind of like a fun little, could probably honestly made do without it, but we're just going to try to keep it really simple. The goal is to just keep it really, really, really simple. So should we have tabs? It might be a good idea that we work with tabs. But we could always put that in later on. We're gonna have to make a navigation system for this. No wonder I was dreading working on this fucking UI, because I know the amount of shit that's gonna have to go into it. Maybe you should go in the fun route with your photo mode instead then, like it adds explosions in the background of shots or something. Explosions, random papers flying around, fucking dust and shit. Honestly, I've been thinking like, how could I put that into this game so that like it makes shooting more like a little bit over the top? Doves, yeah, yeah. Clean suits are kind of a fun mini photo mode game. It kind of is, yeah. Make it seem like a John Woo movie scene instead. See, that's what I think something that would have been really cool in this game is a replay editor would have been super sick, because like I had ideas in my head, like if I were to make a replay editor, it would be so cool that you could have like a timeline, and then that timeline you could like specify different camera angles and shit like that. You think position in legendary metal is decent? Let me take a look. What you got? Look what you got. What if you made elite like a red star? Or something. A red star or something? What do you think about that? I think the legendary is good. Honestly, it's I think that's cool. It's its own thing. You know what I mean? It's very distinct. Red star could be cool, but might be confusing. Then there'd only be 4 stars. Right. Honestly, I think it's fine. At the end of the day, the title is not, you know, oh, I got 3 stars. It's like, I got legendary on this level. You know what I mean? Like, uh-oh. I think you're good. Okay. Overthink everything. There's got to be a point in time where you're like, all right, good enough, move on. All right, move on. Next. See, look, they have a frame forward. Dude, I've thought of that. I was like, what if the player wants to move 1 frame forward every single time? Can you even do that in Unreal? Can you even move a frame forward in game? UE4, move 1 frame forward. My only issue with moving 1 frame forward in game. Move 1 frame forward in game. No. The only problem is physics. Physics fucking break at very, very slow speeds. Couldn't you just freeze time, play time for a frame, and then pause? Maybe. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know if maybe there's a project setting I don't know about, but physics get fucked. I think they it multiplies physics on top of itself when you slow down time too slow. And it will like cause it to fly in the air. I could show you guys. Actually, I could probably show you right here. But then if I go really slow, and then I speed back up, like, I don't know what happens, but their like bodies will be like way more intense. It happens randomly. I don't know, like, I think it happens when you go from like one speed to another. They'll just Yep. Unreal Physics. I don't know if there's a way of fixing that. There probably is. We don't use chaos, so you can ignore chaos physics here. Like, I'm sure it's one of these settings in here, in frame rate, that could potentially solve that problem. Substepping physics might help it. Maybe. I wonder if we can enable that whenever we want to. He gets flung. Sometimes it's just like random values being way too high. Like, did he get shot by someone else? Kind of looks like he got shot by someone else. Oh yeah, he got shot by someone else. Or your shotgun hit him. Weird. Interesting. Yeah, that might have been like a weird little misfire, fucking weird thing. Those are some stuff I'd like to fix as well. It happens in very like weird moments when like doing a lot of things. Okay, let's stop staring at this damn fucking thing. Okay, so we need a border. We could probably copy. Let's. It's just the button. Fuck. Shit. Well, fuck it. So we're gonna do background blur. I probably don't want to use the canvas panel. I kind of want to rename this widget. Whatever. Fuck it. And then we're gonna need a border inside of the background blur. And then photo mode is in the corner, position -64. So we'll keep that positioning going. Probably don't need to be this big. I kind of like how for these, they're just bottom right. Oh, they rescale though. They scale based off of what's open. Which I don't really care for. Well, maybe. Maybe. But generally, I'm not going to have like an insane amount of things. So I think we're fine. So background blur, we're going to give it a blur strength of 6. Then we're going to change the border. Content color and opacity white, but then the brush color we're going to change to a darker color. Change the opacity 0.6. Okay, and then for now, just so we can start testing this, let's put this in here. Okay. When you execute an enemy slow and come out of it, sometimes you can manipulate the ragdoll I found. Yeah, it'll happen. I also like the Anzil version in FF7 Rebirth. Anzil? Angel? Angle? You can look at Tifa from every angle. What the hell are you doing? What are you doing? Hold on. Open photo mode. Clicked. Spawn actor. Photo mode. Photo mode fade. Sorry, just kidding. I would never. It's fun to see the weight get dramatic in a sense. I'm okay with like physics once in a while, getting a little goofy with it. As long as it's not too crazy, right? I'm sure some players have been like, I want it to be realistic. It's like, well, sorry, that's not the type of game I want to make. That's not the type of game I want to make. Like, listen, your character can fucking kick down a door and then the door can hit an enemy. Like, that's not the type of game. I'm not trying to make a hyper-realistic simulating fucking thing. Like, I want something fun. All right, so we got our UI. We can probably increase the blur a little bit. And then the darkness of this, I'm not like black, but darker gray. Okay. And then let me check if the system works where it fades it out. Yes. Yes. Very cool. So what we'd like to do is when you're like hovering over this UI, we'd probably don't want it to fade it out. Otherwise, that'd be really annoying. But I feel like that's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm a fan of that. Okay, so we have a border. We're gonna want probably a vertical box. A vertical box with a widget switcher. By default, we won't have anything in the widget switcher. And then I want to open up the options menu or the settings menu really quickly because it has something in there that I'm probably going to reuse. These buttons. Category select. Is this like a reusable thing that I can do? Oh, it is reusable. I could reuse this system. And honestly, I think I will. Although I don't want text in it. I'd rather an icon. And that's going to be problematic. Unless I just do a letter. Or some... Oh, here they do text. I don't think text would fit in this. Although, we should probably just reuse this. It's like the same kind of fucking thing. Stop. Stop making that noise. Stop. Why do you do that? Okay, so hold on. Let's put a vertical box inside of the border. Put the categories in here. Then we'll change this. We'll just have one to start with. I'm not a fan of the border it's associated with. Okay, I like that a bit better. So now, when I go from controller to, see, we have the LB or RB, so I can change the category with that. And then, of course, there's the buttons, so no problem. Then we can figure out all the other things after that. Of course, though... Oh, we have different radio button settings. I can make the text a bit smaller. Yo. So what kind of categories would we want? Camera, colors, filters, what would you call that? Effects? Yeah, I'm down for effects. Camera and effects. But then the problem is the buttons are enormous. They're enormous. Please tell me I can modify this category button. Yes. Don't delete it. That was an accident. I don't know what button I pressed. Okay, so text of 14. Probably don't need to be that big. And then it also has a top and bottom padding of 10. I could probably do 5 for that. Why does it have such a huge spacing requirement? Like, why is the spacing so enormous? Yeah, why is the spacing requirement for this button so big? Wait, hold on. I got an idea. Was it big too when I was trying to... Oh! Hold on. It's the category select. Like, something's not right with this. These buttons have a very odd size requirement. Dude, stop it. Get help. My story page has been in review for like 5 days. Why is this sound happening? I don't know. I don't know. You're probably gonna be waiting a little bit because of the like long weekend and everything. Most likely the case. Because of the long weekend. Oh, the image size of this thing is 200, and it's probably causing it to be enormous. Yep. Yep. Okay, we got it. The close this. Get the this image is. Should we just do a fill? Now the problem is our fill here is not filling correctly. It's just a regular ass horizontal box. What? Hey. Well, interesting. Left 25, right 25. Compile, save. This shit's still not centered. This is haunted. I guess we could just do auto. Auto. But I wouldn't mind the buttons like filling this open space. This button is all kinds of fucked. What the hell's wrong with you? Fill. Weird. We're having some weird, some weird things going on. Forgot it's a holiday? Yeah, you kind of forget those things. Camera effects. What other sections would we want? Camera effects. Camera effects. Would I even have a third section? I'm just really annoyed this button is like not scaling itself the way I want it to. Okay, the UI is disappearing because I'm actually kind of really, this is actually really making me mad. I'm actually unironically getting really mad about the fact that these buttons are not filling the space when I'm telling them to fill the space. Let me see the container. As far as I know, does not have anything in it that would cause it to not fill. The buttons are set to fill. Hold on, I'll be right back. Ugh, okay. God, my arm hurts. My arm! My arm! Okay, I don't know why this button is not scaling. It's really annoying. I'm actually getting, I'm like angry. I'm getting angry. I'm getting real angry. Oh, I know what the fuck is going on. I know what's going on. I have the fill set here. The radio select, though, in C++, I bet you when it is creating every single one of the children buttons, right here. Oh, there's a Blueprint native event for initializing the widget. Okay. I can possibly change that. I might be able to on button grid, I might be able to change that. There should be an event in here. Yep, on button created. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. The problem is this is already inhabiting. I might be able to just replace it. Why is this called vertical radio select if it's horizontal? What? This will be photo mode radio select. The work I have to do in this shit, man. Photo mode radio select. We're gonna replace this with photo mode radio select. Obviously all of our fucking things are gone. Camera. There we go. I was confused for a moment there. Effects 1. So now what we can do, because this is really just it's really getting under my skin. That's the wrong thing. So we have the button set what is that called? Set. Ah, shit. What is get slot? Slot. Okay, all right, fine. Get slot. Okay, it's not in user interface. Where is that even found? Am I not able to get this slot? Slot as widget switcher slot. No, no, no. This is being added to a horizontal box. Whatever, I'll just fucking do this. Set layout, horizontal box slot. Okay. Size. Make fill. All right. That should mean that our buttons now fill. Yay! Oh, God, I mean, stupid fucking bullshit. Maybe the text is a bit small. I will admit, especially considering that there's only 2 of them currently. Could probably set them to like 12. Unreal, hello? Speak to me, Unreal, what happened? It would appear Unreal has froze itself. All right, okay. Oh, hey, I'm back. Unreal gave up just as our hope? Hope for what? The next game? Hope for the next game? I really like their iconography, icons. I really like their icons. Yes. Camera effects, and I don't know. That's about all I can think of. Iconography? There we go. Iconography. Yeah, that's how you say it. English. English, of course. English. Camera effects. I can't think of any other categories besides camera and effects. Like, what did we have in mind? We have camera mode, which would be probably camera tilt, camera, toggle clipping, camera, depth of field, field of view. Field of view could probably be under camera. Now, I don't know what kind of parameters we're going to need in depth of field. So I don't know. So I feel like camera and effects are the only ones we need in this entire thing. Yeah. Big head mode? No. Yeah, we need to make it so hovering over that widget does not fade out the thing. Photo mode fade. It is only reading from the input action currently. Shit. So let's say whenever we hover over this, I should have a way to actually read from when we hover over things. On mouse move? Let's see, on mouse move. Handled. Unhandled. It works! Sorry, that was a little loud, my bad. So when that happens, I guess we could do an event dispatcher. Hovered photo mode menu. So we'll just call this. And then when we call that, we can now get this widget blueprint, call hovered photo mode menu, and then we can reset our photo mode fade. So you can see. Now, I guess when it's faded out, moving the camera over it, which I guess is fine. I wouldn't mind this being like higher up. And also maybe having a larger padding on top and bottom, because I really dislike the low top and bottom padding. And then in here, the padding is 24 for the top. We're going to change that to, I guess, 16. See how that looks. That looks okay. Ugh, my arm. God, my arm hurts. George Lucas said once, great films are not finished, they are abandoned. I guess that's like basically a way of saying there's no such thing as something being finished, basically. I don't know if I like the UI. My mouse arm, I gotta like stretch a lot more, I think. That's my problem. But I think I overextended my arm when I was pressing into my coffee to make a coffee. And I think I pressed too hard and I heard a crack in my arm. And yeah. Yep, all it took was my espresso machine to fucking kill me. That's all it took. My espresso machine. To kill me. Oh, because it has a padding. And then the scale changes and then... Oh, shit. Oh, balls. Oh, balls. Yeah, well, it's fine. Oh, balls. Okay. Now we just need... Inside of the vertical box, we need a widget switcher. I love these. And by love these, I mean I fucking hate these. These piss me off sometimes. We're going to add a padding. So the padding for this is, I believe, 16 for the top. So we're going to do the same thing here, 16. All good. And looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Okay, so let's do some setup for this because there is some additional setup. Time to open up the settings menu, and then it explode my ears. Hold on, everybody, watch your ears. Everybody. Here we go. Why does it do that? Like, there's no reason for it to do that. Honestly, it was not that bad. That is being hooked into the event construct. Ah, no, I'm deaf. Yeah, Isaac, come on. It's not that bad. Okay, come on. It's not that bad. Come on, it's not that bad. The index value comes from the selected option. The category selects Dude, you don't need comment. Dude, man, I have your stream on 10,000% volume. Why would you do that to yourself? Why the hell would you do that to yourself? All right, I'm going to go on a tangent. This is, okay, obviously this comes from a plugin, but I think there comes a case in point, or there comes a time where there's too much commenting. Okay, this, in my opinion, this is too much fucking commenting. You should be able to have like a minimum amount of knowledge to be able to utilize a plugin. This is over commenting. It should be pretty fucking obvious. Okay, you're binding to an event. It's going to read from a value, and that value is going to send that to the thing. You literally don't need comments to say that. If you need comments for this, what the hell are you doing? Come on. Okay, so that's going to select by default. It's going to select 0, which is camera. Now it's going to be red. Okay. One thing I did notice, which I really want to fix, we have to click so that so how it's supposed to work on mouse and keyboard is you should be able to move your mouse without the entire camera moving. Once I click, it then sets the focus. Something is setting the focus incorrectly. And I don't know how to unfocus the game viewport. Does that work? Nope. What are these errors? It's pissing me off. Why are you erroring? Oh. I see. I see why you're erroring. Ah. Right. Ah, whoops. Ah, whatever. These creators earn the most from devs who don't know how to use things, though. To be fair, most of the people purchasing things on the marketplace are people that don't know what they're doing. To be fair. It's just... I guess. My own personal work, it's like, I don't think everything needs to be commented. If anything, that just adds so much fluff to code, and it actually makes it harder to read at times, in my opinion. But I get it. At the end, it's kind of not on the fault of the creator. It's because of Unreal's fault. It's Unreal's fault. It's the Fab marketplace or the Unreal marketplace. They require you to have everything commented, and I think it's so shit. Just recently found out we can click and drag the camera to turn it if we die. Oh, it's kind of doing what the photo mode's gonna do. It's low-key doing what the photo mode's gonna end up doing. Yeah. I didn't know for that longest time. I didn't know. Maybe that guy's review, that negative review that said I don't play test my own game. Maybe he's right. He's right. Oh my god. I don't even play test my own fucking game. Clearly you've never died. I'm too good. That's true. That's true. I never clicked. Yeah. Okay, how do I set the focus? How do I do what mouse click is doing? The mouse click is like, I don't know what it's doing. Is it something in here that's causing us to have some weird things going on? Begin play. The camera movable when paused. Possess. Set input mode game only. Set focus to game viewport. Enable input. We probably do not want to set focus to game viewport. That's actually not what I want. I realize that is not what I would like. Still doing it. Oh. This entire time I was just doing the wrong events. Wait. But how does it work on controller then? It just works business as usual. Okay. No funny faces, please. This is serious. Yeah. Don't tell me what I can do. Fell into my trap. Get clipped. No, what? Someone shoot that guy. And take his clip. There's our hands. Be back later and have a good one. Hey, peace out, Reamer. No, he baited me. I fell in. Damn. I actually fell for that. Wow. That's the oldest fucking trick in the book. Man. Shit, man. Alright, where am I? Okay, this works. Hell yeah. So if I don't hover over the UI, fades out. Then I hover over the UI, I keep my mouse there, and it stays right there. Yo! Anyways. Okay, so now we just need the fucking settings, and now we need to make it so it works in controller, and... I think it's time for a break, you know? I don't know about you guys. I think it's time for a break. Any React content? Yeah, game devlog. Let's see here. Yeah. What do we got here this week? 300 days wasted. Roblox. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Well, that's the end of React content. You want to react? This thing came to my feed. You need to stop watching shorts, okay? You need to get help. It's a pretty funny video, though. I won't lie. It's kind of cute. We're not watching it. No. Even though I did watch some of the beginning. We're not watching it. No. We can't. We must not. All right, well, we got the beginnings of a UI. Very good. The most terrifying thing is making the controller work properly. That's going to be the most terrifying thing of all here. Does switching the sections work? No, of course not. Well, maybe because we haven't tied it in. But at least controller works. Sort of. Up and down doesn't work very well. All right, I'm feeling pretty good about this update. It's a oh shit. Oh shit, what the fuck? Oh shit. Oh. Uh-oh, controller is not working too good in the gameplay menu. I forgot to change a couple things. Whoopsies. We're gonna have to We're gonna have to we're gonna have to work on that. Now, another thing I was thinking that I'm looking at right now. I'm staring at it. Why do we have controls in the gameplay section? Shouldn't we move all of this to the input section? You know, something I thought about. Something I thought about. You know, I feel like it makes more sense if we just put that shit in there. Bing. Boing, 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 boing. Okay. I feel like that makes more sense. Heroic, how's it going? All right. What kind of buttons are we going to use here? Especially considering that we need like specific other menu stuff too. Or do we just say fuck it and we copy the buttons from the settings menu and we make all of the settings in the photo mode a setting? The cool thing about doing that is that whatever you do in the photo mode will save to... Oh, but then we can't like revert to default, because that would default all of your input settings and everything else as well. This might require some thinking. This might require a plethora of thinking. Yes, some thinking might be required. It's just annoying when you have to start, like, mixing in fucking controller support and this shit, you know what I mean? Ugh, the damn controller support. Should have made this game, like, controller unfriendly. Although I guess we wouldn't be Steam Deck approved. Yeah, I guess. Vertical box. This would be the camera V box, and then we need effects, V box. Okay. At least we got that set up. That's all in there. Now we just got to make every setting. And I don't know how we're going to do it. Like, I feel like it makes sense to copy over all of the things from the settings menu. But also not at the same time. We got a menu button, we got common buttons. Oh, like, dude, if we just copy over from the settings UI, we could just copy over this shit. Oh, stop it! Stop doing that! And then, the thing is, we'd have to assign it a CVAR. So everything would require, but I guess that would, but then, yeah, it's not very, that's not very good, is it? One thing I do want to try. Okay, hold on. Menu button. Okay, let's grab the menu button. Let's put it in the camera V-Box. This will be our first button. All right, our first button. Frame forward. I want to see if we can make something to move the frame one frame forward. Just because I want to see if that's possible, or at least like some form of it. Very similar to what they have here. I like this idea of frame forward. I wonder, because like every time I open the photo mode, I'm like, imagine if you could just move the frame forward one. I don't know if you can you, let's see, frame. Am I gonna have to do like some slow-mo shit? Wait, what if I just unpause and then immediately after repause the game? Okay, I think a delay with 0 seconds is considered as a 1 frame delay. You want to react to my new level elite time? Let me see it. Let me see it. Let me see it. Hold on though, I'm working. What the fuck? You see what I mean? Physics, man. Physics! Oh, come on. I also think his aim... Oh, that's what it is. His aiming position got fucked up because he lost control over his character. And I bet you if I click this... Oh, no. His aiming direction, I think, screwed up. Which is why we saw something that weird. I think if I can fix that, I think this might work. Yeah, it's not horrible looking. It's just our character that, like, freaks out for some reason. I think his aim look is just moving around for some reason. 47 strength! Kind of sick. Let me take a look, bro. Let me take a look. Forgot I was hitting the crab. Damn it, why can't I just click on this with... Nah, whatever. Let me do this. Let's see what you got. What you got. Let's see what you got. Let me click here. Okay. You know what'd be sick? We need like some little moving animation when you're looking around. Like the hands moving around a little bit when you're looking around could be kind of nice. You could do a little bit of like slight tilting. All right, it's starting to come together. The fucking speed lines. Hold on. What happens as the player gains speed? What happens if you do a really, really slight field of view adjustment? Like really slight. I'm talking like 3 field of view as they get faster.
How many times a month do you get asked if it's time to quit UE?
Right, thank you for the prime. How many times a month do you get asked if it's time to quit UE? Like quit UE as in like what, using a different engine? I don't fucking know. I used to have that in the game. I just have to rework it to work with the actual FOV setting. Oh, okay, okay. You can... Are you still using auto settings, Jay? Because if you're still using auto settings, I can quickly show you. Only for scalability settings? Do you have your field of view setting as one of the settings with auto settings? Or are you doing your own thing for that? Oh, you did your own thing for it. Okay. Okay, never mind. I can't help you then. I've grown a little tired of Unity, even though I have so much control. For me, dude, it's just use whatever you want to use. You know what I mean? Like, if someone tells me to quit, I just laugh in their face. Yeah, but UE5 is so unoptimized. No. It's not. People are just using it wrong. Just like how you can use any engine wrong. Okay, I like this section. Very nice. Although that felt weird. Did you get like launched forward? I guess the physics looks a bit weird because it's like you would expect to go up, whereas instead for some reason you like immediately I guess if I were to play that, it would probably feel a little better. Cool. Explain that to the other Rage Bait guy? I don't try explaining it anymore. I see so many people on my Twitter that are like trying to argue with gamers and other people that are like, you know, this or that kind of shit. I don't care anymore. It's a brick wall. It's a brick wall of an argument, I think. You don't get lunch upward because that angle is fucking terrible? Okay, okay. Nice. Like in CS, I don't think you can even surf up like that. You like surfing up? No, you do lose speed, I'm pretty sure. But it would continue your velocity, whatever your velocity is at. And you'd float a lot more. Whereas this, it kind of looks like it's like if this were the ramp, it kind of looks like you would go up and then slowly ramp off. Whereas like here, or like slowly, sorry. I just don't have enough space on my monitor. Whereas in this case, it kind of looks like it kind of flatlines a bit. It's awfully unoptimized, and you, sir, can't change my mind since I wouldn't understand a thing you say, for I never used it, but I saw it on the internet, so it's true. Exactly. Exactly. I just don't, who gives a fuck? I don't care. I feel like it's not an issue if it's compensating the levels. Yeah, I think as long as you avoid ramps like that, I think you'll be fine. But then that does restrict your level design if you wanted to have a slope like that for whatever reason, right? Okay, so what we need to do is our character's looking off in the distance. We can fix that. I like the frame forward. It's fucking sick. I think we can make use of that. We can make use of this. We can potentially make use of that. Because this is the only moment where we use that node. I'm thinking it's happening in our player controller. Let's see. Motherfucker. Son of a... You know what? I can find specific edge cases by finding references of his game. Okay, it would appear that this is... maybe it's in the player character... Huh. I don't know why my player character or my controls is going up into midair. I do not know why, but it would appear something's fucking broken. Ah! You son of a mother... Good sound. How's it going, man? Me when I place 500 mega 8K 120 million vertices trees in one scene, never unload anything or do any type of culling at all. It's so optimized. Me when I expect my fucking software to do literally everything for me. What the hell? I will say there's certain things to UE5 that I think are completely valid. That are things that I've experienced, such as for some reason them removing, I think CPU culling. They removed CPU culling and they made it so it's just GPU. I'm sure it's more optimized. The only problem is it creates so many, like, the thing is that's just a skill issue. I just have to learn how do I utilize GPU culling in such a way where it doesn't cause issues where you turn a corner really quickly, which will happen a lot if you move your mouse a lot really quickly. And then all of a sudden, you see a very split frame of everything loading in because of the thing that I can't think of. That is pretty shit. That I'd like to fix. Someone did release a plugin that re-enables, I think it was CPU culling. But it would be interesting to find, how do you solve that problem of things loading in that split frame? It looks so ugly. Because you'll like go through a doorway or something and all of a sudden everything loads in. And I'm not going to expect all my players to be really like moving around really slowly. I don't think that should not be the expectation. Where am I? Player character. Here we go. Yes, yes. Ah, here it is. I think this is what's going on. It's setting the control rotation to a really high value. So it's gonna zero out, but then when I frame forward, guys, I have really bad news. It's not that. It's, uh-oh. Happy September. Are they still doing September on Twitch? I thought they killed that shit. I thought they shot it to death. Is it because... Why is that happening? What do you do? What are you doing? What? Well, it's not the player controller. And it's not the player character. So then what could it be? The song is appropriate? Oh, is it yeah, Earth, Wind, and Fire? Okay, okay, I see. It's okay, just kick doors. How is it that moving the frame forward causes us to... Oh my god, why is that so loud, man? That's just so annoying. Like, stop that. Close that. There you go. I have a feeling it's our animation system. That is the only thing I can think of. It's the animation system breaking. Which doesn't make sense, but, you know, maybe there's something in here that I don't know. Maybe something requires the player controller in here? Aha! Aim pitch. If I turn that off... Obviously we don't have any aim pitch anymore. Okay. If we do a validated get for this instead, does that fix our issue? Let's see. Look up and down. Yes, and we can... What? No! Is it when I try to, like, when I drag the screen? Is that what's going on? Oh, I just did it right there. Interesting. Very interesting. I don't know... I don't know what's going on. I wish I knew. I don't know what is it the control rotation? I gotta say, it's gotta be something in here that's setting it. Guys, I actually don't know. I'm lost. Lost for words. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why our character is looking up. What's up? What? Nothing. Nothing. The ceiling. There's a ceiling? I literally don't know what's going on. Where the fuck I am, man? Ugh. Hold on. Let me do some more debugging. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. I'm like looking around to see if anything is moving. Event tick. Nothing is... I don't see anything that could cause the problem. And then the weird thing is if I close photo mode and then resume, that's probably because we save the actual data of that, so... Debug? How about you bug D's? Where am I? Hey. Play the door kicking my games. Now the doors don't spin around, and it also kills the zombies when they overlap with it while it's moving forward. Hey, hell yeah. We need to add more kicking of doors in video games. Hell yeah. How you doing? I'm doing good, Fi. How are you? Besides this one bug that I can't figure out for the life of me. Maybe that, you know, maybe it's something in the event tick. Actually, hold on, hold on. Hold on. No, that's not it. Wait, it might be it, actually. Actually, that... As a matter of fact, that actually might be it. Wait, I think I got it. I think I figured it out. Wait. Wait, no, never mind. Never mind, that was a joke. That was joke. That was joke. Or maybe not. Maybe not the joke. Ah, shit. Hold on. I don't think this is gonna fix anything, but hey. Yep, yeah, I guessed it. Stupid asshole code. The gun just has cracked recoil. It causes our entire character to just fucking explode his spine. It's just that powerful. His whole spine goes... Shooting the gun causes you to get whiplash. It's crazy. What sets the damn control rotation for the character? Okay, hold on. If I go into the event tick and then I call this in here, first off, let's just check that this actually works. Let's see if the event tick is even... It's nothing in the event tick. It's nothing, guys, it's not in the event tick. I was putting my efforts in the wrong place. It doesn't actually matter. Nothing matters. Nothing matters anymore. Did you catch anything about Lost Soul Aside, if you know about it? I know about it. I know about it since I literally started using Unreal and learning game development. The developer would post stuff about it. Without getting too much into it, based on the minimal amount I saw, it is not for me. It is not for me. Without getting further into it, it is not for me. Is it on Steam? $80 Canadian, eh? Didn't do too hot. I think what it told me is it reinforced, like right on the dot. It reinforced my it 100% reinforced my take that I will not ever make a story game because it's just too difficult. It's just too difficult. From what I saw, it's just like it's just too much. In a world where there's so much competition and like so much expectation from players of games and whatnot, making like a fully fledged fucking story game with cinematics and everything, it's just so, it's too much work. It's so much work. It's an insane amount of work. I would rather focus on like making a game that has like just really good combat and maybe a little bit of world lore. That's it. I'm not gonna do like fucking cinematics and all this crazy shit. It's just way too much to make it look good. It's just too much. You know how to even make a story to make sense? Yeah, it's just too many skills. Yeah. Mostly Sony's fault though in this case. Zero marketing plus a $70 price tag for a game from a new studio with 15 to 20 hours of content. If it's $30, nobody would have cared as much. That's the price to pay when you have a publisher like that. The thing is, the dev that was working on it spent like years fucking working on little snippets, and then I guess he got his chance because Sony contacted him, and then, well, this is what happens. Unfortunately. I think supposedly someone in Twitch chat, in a Twitch chat where I was watching the game, they said that the dev did not agree with the pricing that Sony picked, which is surprising that that kind of information even went public. So I don't know if that's actually true or not. Are you falling? The dev was against it, posted on Chinese social media. I see. Interesting. I don't know why our player character... Well, it's aim pitch, right? If we cut that out... then our aim pitch doesn't change, right? Okay, well, I got one way of fixing this then, I guess. I really believe we should have just made some sort of animated series because the animation is pretty good, but yeah. You know, it's similar to Kojima, right? Potentially. Where someone just seemed more interested in making games to kind of, I guess, explain their stories and stuff. I don't know, I'm just not, Cool, this button works. That's sick. I'm just not a story person. I can't do story. I think when you start doing story, I'm just more of a person that likes to create like replayable content if I can. That would be like the thing that I would like to try to go into. Just gameplay. Little bit of like world, environment, story. But mostly just focused on gameplay. And I don't know, I feel like most players of games are okay with that. I don't know, maybe. That's my target audience at the end of the day, so. That's my target audience. Players of video games. Players of video games. Players of video games. Okay, cool. Well, we got our first button, which probably does not work on controller, but that's okay. Okay, we're gonna have to see if this actually works, but it seems like it works. And luckily the physics aren't going crazy. At first I thought they were, but it was actually just our aim pitch for some reason going psycho mode for some reason. Cool. I do story with text. Yeah, but then you still have to do story. I just don't care for story at all. In any way. Like I would, if I could, if I do have to do story in a game, chances are it'll be like bare minimum. That's probably gonna be like what I do, like the bare minimum. Cool. I like this. I like a frame forward button because I wanted it while fucking around with this, so I think that's gonna be sick. I think people are gonna like having a button that allows them to go one frame forward. Now, does that mean you can die while in photo mode? We'll cross that bridge when we get there. We'll cross the bridge when we get there. Story for Suitfire, his dog got killed? No. The official story is that someone flushed his goldfish. And now he's out for revenge. And that's the whole story. Any questions? What color was the goldfish? Gold. Did the fish swim? Yes, it did. It did swim. Did it swim after the toilet incident? I don't know. I can't tell you. That would be spoiling. Did the fish have a name? That's classified. AKA, I haven't come up with one yet. Did the fish spin clockwise or counterclockwise while being flushed? That's a really good question. That's a really good question. I'm really glad you asked that. While pondering which direction the fish should have been flushed in during production, it was a very important question in the production team. Me, myself, and I. We had a meeting, a couple meetings actually, as a matter of fact. A couple useless meetings to ponder on the fact of which direction the goldfish should go in while being flushed. And, while controversial, we thought that the best direction was clockwise, as a matter of fact, while the fish flushed. Because it represented time passing by. And also it was a fantastic way to transition to the player character's watch on their hand. You think companies have these kind of conversations? Like, genuinely? I think they do. I think they do. That's why we're fucking stuck where we are with $5 eggs, or however much eggs cost in America now. I bet you didn't take the Earth's rotational axis in consideration of which pole it was nearest to, so it wasn't very realistic. Well, you know what's not realistic? Never mind. Would it be the opposite in Australia? The toilet would be upside down in Australia. Bing! Anyways, I'm really hungry, and we are past our 3-hour mark. So, on that note, I'll see you guys tomorrow, I think. Wait, what day is tomorrow? I think I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey, hold on, my phone needs to get charged. I think I'll see you guys tomorrow. I think. Right? Quick, redeem push-ups? I'm not doing them. You're wasting your push-ups. I'm gonna... those points are going into the trash. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for lurking, chatting, and sticking around. See you guys tomorrow, potentially. See you in Sureforce chat? Yes, Deadlock! Deadlock! Don't call me out like that. Anyways, I'll see you guys next stream. Potentially tomorrow. And by potentially, I mean probably tomorrow. I'm really hungry, so I'm going to go eat. So goodbye. On that note, have a great day. See you later.